To go deep, but a lot of people I would have to really bring proof, you know what I'm saying, for what I learned. And she just was cut down in the prime.
The number of individuals who have experienced SA and endured mistreatment, particularly at the hands of figures like Diddy and Jay-Z, continues to grow. And now Mary J. Blige has also recently become part of this discussion. It seems like what Mary J. Blige went through isn't too different from Aaliyah's experiences. Now, the big question is, what exactly happened and how much did Jay-Z and Diddy really know about what went down with Aaliyah? Certainly, Mary J. Blige and Diddy have a long history. In fact, Diddy even oversaw her first 2 albums. However, at some point, they had a fallout, and Mary J. Blige admitted that it was her fault. She mentioned, "The reason we split up is me not understanding the business the way I needed to understand it at the time," she explained. "He had a label, he had a female artist, he had Biggie, but during the time I was really dogging myself. I was a mess on D. Any smart man or businessman would have moved away from me. It felt like he was becoming distant, but looking back, I now understand why. I wasn't delivering properly. I wasn't taking care of my health, so how can he roll his dice on me?" It might have turned out to be a blessing in disguise that Mary J. didn't sign with Diddy's bad boy, but that doesn't mean she was completely free from any issues with Diddy. There have been allegations suggesting that when Mary J. and Diddy were together, she went through some tough times. Mary J. hinted at this on her Amazon documentary, mentioning that there are things she's been through that she'll never reveal. Many people speculate that it's likely connected to her experiences with Diddy. As of now, Mary J. and Diddy seem to have a close relationship, with Diddy even stating earlier in 2023 that Mary J. Blige is one of the greatest storytellers in R&B history, Combs tells People. She created a lane for women around the world to speak their truth to power, so nobody deserves this success more than her. On her part, Mary J. also talks about Diddy being her bestie and mentor. However, there's speculation about whether all of that is just a cover-up for what she went through during her time with Diddy. Given Diddy's reputation for being manipulative, some people believe that the seemingly affectionate relationship between Mary J. and Diddy might just be a mask for the challenges she faced. In a revealing interview with Rolling Stone, Blige disclosed that Diddy was not only unfaithful during their romantic involvement, but also took credit for her work and manipulated her into signing unfavorable contracts.
My life is probably my darkest album. At one of the darkest times I've had. Most of the times I was just depressed and didn't want to live. I had it all inside and I was able to sing it.
Blige shared that, back when Diddy was known as Puff Daddy, he lured her in with charm and charisma when she was a young and naive artist. He made promises to elevate her into stardom and shield her from the industry's pitfalls, but instead, he exploited her for financial gain and engaged in infidelity with multiple women.
I didn't know that so many people felt the same way.
She made it okay for people to say it's all right to be me.
Blige shared that her realization came when she discovered Diddy had fathered a child with another woman in 1998. Confronting him, she demanded to end both their personal and professional relationship, but he refused to let her go. "He begged me to stay with him. He said he loved me and he would change. He said he needed me and he couldn't do it without me. He said he would give me everything I deserved," Blige recounted. "But it was all lies. He didn't want to lose me because I was his golden goose. I was making him millions of dollars. I was his ticket to fame and fortune." Blige recounted her struggle to break free from Diddy's grip, revealing that he made it incredibly challenging for her. She claimed he threatened to sue her, blacklist her, tarnish her reputation, and even physically harm her if she tried to leave him. He was a powerful man in the industry. He had connections everywhere. He had lawyers, bodyguards, hitmen. He had people who would do anything for him, Blige shared. "He told me that if I ever left him, he would make sure I never worked again. He told me that if I ever spoke out against him, he would make sure I never lived again." Living in fear for years, Blige finally found the courage and resources to sever ties with Diddy in 2001. She hired new lawyers, managers, and producers to assist her in rebuilding her career and reclaiming her identity.
Gave us a name.
We did something really powerful by inspiring each other to want to live to see another.
Blige shared that she embarked on a journey of healing by seeking therapy, spiritual guidance, and sobriety to overcome the trauma and inflicted by Diddy. "I had to fight for my life. I had to fight for my freedom. I had to fight for my dignity," Blige expressed. "I had to overcome the pain, the anger, the betrayal, the addiction, the depression. I had to find myself again. I had to find my voice again." She decided to speak out now, hoping to share her side of the story and inspire other women facing similar situations. Blige expressed her desire to expose Diddy for who he truly is, a fraud, a manipulator, and a predator. "He's not the genius that he claims claims to be. He's not the visionary that he pretends to be. He's not the mogul that he wants to be, Blige asserted. He's a parasite. He's a leech. He's a monster. Blige emphasized that she holds no regrets about her past collaboration with Diddy, acknowledging that the experience contributed to her growth as both an artist and an individual. She expressed pride in the music they created together and its lasting impact on the culture. Blige also conveyed gratitude to her supportive fans, acknowledging the respect she received from peers for her talent and integrity. Content with her current position in life and career, she described herself as a legend, an icon, and a queen. "I don't hate him. I don't love him. I don't need him," Blige stated regarding Diddy. "I forgive him." In recent revelations, it appears that Kim Porter case had dropped hints about Mary J. Blige in a book she was working on before her demise. This book, often discussed, delves into various aspects of Kim's life, and notably, it sheds light on Mary J. Blige's involvement in the narrative. Within its pages, there are explicit details regarding Kim using unconventional means to please Diddy, accompanied by moments of solitary, heart-wrenching cries. The book also explores Kim's role in safeguarding Albie Shore from unwanted encounters with Diddy. She is portrayed as advising against specific locations and intervening to shield Albie Shore. Furthermore, the narrative suggests that the rivalry between the East and West Coasts led to orchestrated events targeting iconic figures like Tupac Shakur and the Notorious Big. These purported actions were allegedly aimed at securing control over their music masters, as it is suggested that Tupac and Biggie had plans to unite and challenge the dominance of Bad Boy and Death Row Records in the music industry. The narrative also delves into the intricacies of Diddy and Mary J. Blige's relationship. It suggests that Mary J. Blige became pregnant by Diddy, but according to the account, she was compelled to terminate the pregnancy. The text implies that this decision was not within Mary J. Blige's control, as Diddy allegedly exerted pressure on her to undergo the procedure, making it a mandatory course of action. Unfortunately, Kim Porter's case remains unsolved as well, contributing to the ongoing mystery and speculation surrounding these incidents.
Kim was not found unresponsive in bed. She was discovered on the bathroom floor. If they found her in bed, then she was strategically placed there.
Kim Porter's reported cause of death as pneumonia has raised skepticism among a significant portion of the public. Many doubt the accuracy of the diagnosis and suspect that her death might have been misattributed. The complexity of her case is amplified by conflicting coroner's reports. Initially, the first report noted the presence of toxins in her body. These inconsistencies have fueled speculation and doubt about the reliability of the findings. Jaguar Wright has openly expressed skepticism about the case, reflecting the sentiments of those who question the official account of Kim Porter's death.
Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide and they found toxins in her body.
Jaguar Wright's allusion to the possibility of poisons causing pneumonia-like symptoms in Kim Porter's case has added to the suspicion surrounding the circumstances of her death. Her comment seems to imply a connection or involvement of Diddy in some capacity, further contributing to the ongoing speculation and mystery surrounding the case.
They have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms.
The most disturbing element of the Kim Porter case is the unsettling fact that the initial coroner, who initially reported the presence of toxins in her body, was later found dead. Tuffy News TV reported this development, adding an eerie twist to the already mysterious circumstances surrounding Porter's death.
Now, from the information that I've received, I've been told that he was the head of the snake into the investigation of the passing of Kim Porter. And not only that, y'all, he was the one who initially found something problematic.
However, Tuffy's investigations didn't end with the coroner's mysterious death. Through his industry insiders, he unveiled another revelation. Tuffy disclosed that he received an email from one of his followers, outlining that Kim Porter had supposedly been trying to contact her personal doctor, but encountered obstacles in the process. According to the information provided, this difficulty in reaching her doctor allegedly led her to make a significant and unfortunate error.
A shocked and devastated Diddy spotted at the home where his ex suddenly and mysteriously died.
Another significant reason why some people believe Diddy may have been responsible for Kim Porter's death is his history of infidelity. Reports indicated that he cheated on Kim with her best friend at the time, Sarah Chapman, who became pregnant around the same time as Kim. This revelation reportedly devastated Kim and had a noticeable impact on her health. Well, that's not the end of Diddy's evil actions. There is also another belief among the public that Diddy is also allegedly involved in Tupac's and Biggie's historic Monsieur Diddy's purported obsession with acquiring a death row chain, treating it as a coveted prize in a game-like pursuit, became apparent as he allegedly offered rewards for associates who could secure these chains for Bad Boy. In the world of gang culture, these chains held significant symbolic value, a fact Diddy seemed to be well aware of. Unfortunately, his relentless quest for these chains is believed to have played a role in the untimely deaths of both Biggie and Tupac, underscoring the grim consequences of his fixation. In the rich half-century history of hip-hop, no other iconic duo has undergone such extensive scrutiny of their lives and untimely deaths as Tupac Shakur and Christopher Wallace, the renowned rapper professionally known as the Notorious Big or Biggie Smalls. Despite nearly 3 decades passing since their tragic and premature deaths, Shakur in September 1996 in Las Vegas and Wallace in March 1997 in Los Angeles, both figures continue to occupy a special place in the hearts of fans, with their absence still deeply felt.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna always be wanting to point the finger or look at my past and be like, well, okay, this is his MO right here. This is what he used to do.
Their untimely demise is once again under scrutiny following the recent arrest of Dwayne Keith Davis, known as Keffy D, for his alleged involvement in the death of Shakur, a staggering 27 years after the rapper was shot while leaving a boxing match on the bustling Las Vegas Strip. Body camera footage from Davis's arrest captures him alluding to the M as the most significant case in Las Vegas history. "We lost 2 giants senselessly," rapper Fat Joe told CNN. "That's what bothers me when it comes to Biggie and Pac. We lost 2 giants over nothing." However, Shakur's tragic demise had far-reaching repercussions that extended well beyond the confines of Nevada, and it cast a somber foreshadowing over Wallace's own death. The lingering question that remains is when, or indeed if, an arrest will ever be made in connection to the loss of Wallace.
27 years. 27 years. For 27 years, the family of Tupac Shakur has been waiting for justice.
The K of these 2 influential rappers, who started as friends and eventually turned into rivals, have always been closely interconnected within the cultural tapestry. This connection arises from their shared era and the intricate web of events and contexts that surrounded their lives and tragic ends. It was almost like the death of Tupac was the first movie, and then Biggie was the sequel. P. Frank Williams, who produced the 2017 television special Who Shot Biggie and Tupac, told CNN, "The 2 biggest deaths in the history of hip-hop." A notable link emerges in the investigations into the deaths of Tupac Shakur and Christopher Wallace. Greg Cotting, a former detective from the Los Angeles Police Department, interviewed Suge Knight in 2009, regarding him as a person of interest in the Wallace M case. This interest was sparked by Davis's attendance at a party hosted at the Peterson Automotive Museum in Los Angeles, which Wallace had left just before the fatal shooting that led to his tragic demise.
We didn't just take his word for anything. We know that he's a career criminal, he's a gang member, and that...
Moreover, in a transcript from a recent Clark County grand jury session conducted just last month, retired Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Detective Clifford Mogg revealed that investigators had presented a theory suggesting a potential connection between Tupac Shakur's M and the death of Christopher Wallace. Although Mogg did not provide explicit details about the theory, he did testify that Suge Knight, also known as Marion Hugh Knight Jr., was not considered a participant in these tragic incidents.
He leaned over on the window, we rolled down the window, popped. Who was it? They would drove on my side, I would have popped them. You know what I'm saying? But they was on the...
Furthermore, there have been reports indicating a possible connection between Diddy and Tupac's M. This spotlight on the matter intensified when Biggie's M case was reopened in 2006 at the request of his mother. In the course of this re-examination, LAPD Detective Greg Cotting uncovered new information that seemed to hint at a potential link between Diddy and the tragic assassination of Tupac.
He was known as the multi-law enforcement task force that investigated the murders of rap stars Tupac and Biggie. That's the Wikipedia story about him, right? So I said, so who was really behind this?
The pivotal turn of events occurred when Valletta Wallace, the mother of Biggie Smalls, initiated a lawsuit against the LAPD, seeking approximately $500 million in damages. She cited the well-known conspiracy theory, alleging that the police had hidden the truth about her son's death. This legal action prompted the reopening of the case in 2006, with LAPD Detective Greg Cotting assigned to lead the investigation. As Cotting delved into the case, he unexpectedly uncovered a wealth of additional information.
We've seen the movie American Gangster, and they got these pictures. Is this the guy at the top? Is this the guy? So I have 50 different pictures with magnets, and he's putting these things up on. If you go to the video, you'll see how I set it up.
Detective Greg Kading made a notable revelation during his investigation, stating his conviction that the deaths of the notorious Big and Tupac were intricately linked. As he probed into the circumstances surrounding Biggie's tragic end, he uncovered fresh evidence that forged a connection between both cases.
Set it up with Greg Kading by David, and I said, who is really the guy behind it? He says, well, we first thought it was this, then we first thought it was that, and we first thought it was this.
Following an exhaustive 3-year investigation, Detective Greg Kading arrived at a stunning conclusion. Sean Puff Daddy Combs was purportedly involved in ordering a $1 million contract K of Tupac Shakur. The motive behind this alleged conspiracy was believed to be intricately tied to the intense rap feud involving Combs and Biggie Smalls. Kading asserted that the influential music mogul had substantial gang connections in Los Angeles and had reportedly enlisted the assistance of Crips member Dwayne Keith Keffy D. Davis to execute the assassination.
How to retaliate so they don't look like, a weak gang. And 2, they owe it to him.
According to Kading's discoveries, the alleged mastermind behind Tupac's M was purportedly Crips gang member Orlando Baby Lane Anderson. Originally, the plan had called for Keffy D to be the designated hitman, but a last-minute change in the scheme resulted in Keffy's nephew assuming the role and carrying out the assassination.
So they realized, the Southside Crips and Orlando Anderson, Keffy D, they know that, hey, we just hit this dude in Las Vegas, and, it's on.
This chain of events ultimately led to the heartbreaking death of Tupac and the injury of Suge Knight. Interestingly, mere hours before the shooting, Baby Lane had been involved in a physical confrontation with Tupac at a Las Vegas casino.
Immediately in the aftermath, Diddy hears about the shooting, finds out that there's, Tupac's been shot and is in the hospital.
All these links make speculation that had a part in both K. It seems like Mary has also observed the circumstances surrounding Aaliyah's tragic fate. Aaliyah had her name linked with Jay-Z for an extended period. Mary at one point expressed a belief in foul play regarding Aaliyah's death and reportedly conveyed a sense of foreboding, indicating that she thought she knew she was next. In her words, quote, "It was just that when I saw her die, that's when I discovered the fact that I'm next," Blige said. "I don't know how or when, but I'm next. I don't know what kind of freak accident they're going to put me in or what kind of overdose of H they're going to sort out, but at the end of the day, I knew I was next. I just thought, I'm scared." The choice of words appears quite precise, suggesting that Mary may have a keen understanding of how certain individuals are targeted or harmed. There is an assertion that Aaliyah's death was not accidental, indicating a belief in intentional circumstances surrounding her tragic demise. During a recent interview, Damon Dash, a former confidant of Jay-Z, shared some surprising insights into Jay-Z's prior involvement with Aaliyah. Dash suggested that Jay-Z's intentions towards Aaliyah may have been dubious from the outset. Furthermore, he made the shocking claim that Jay-Z had a hand in Aaliyah's association with R. Kelly.
So that was like the big deal, like who could get with Aaliyah. You know what I'm saying? But like,
was he bitter?
Obviously. Yeah, he felt the way.
The concern and tension between Damon Dash and Jay-Z regarding R. Kelly stem from a disturbing episode involving Aaliyah. R. Kelly's actions came under scrutiny, especially with the recent release of the Lifetime documentary, Surviving R. Kelly. This documentary sheds light on R. Kelly's alleged marriage to an underage Aaliyah in 1994, which followed his pursuit of a S relationship with her and purportedly impregnating her.
Everybody was getting at Aaliyah, bro.
Right.
She was like, she'll go to dinner with she wasn't going to just be smashing. So that was like the big deal. Like,
Dame Dash has openly criticized Jay-Z for their past collaborations with R. Kelly on joint albums such as The Best of Both Worlds in 2002 and its sequel Unfinished Business in 2004. In a recent appearance on the That's F Up podcast, the co-founder of Rockefeller Records discussed Jay-Z's professional association with R. Kelly, who had previously married a 15-year-old Aaliyah in 1994 when he was 27. Dame Dash, who had a close relationship with Aaliyah about a year before her untimely death in 2001, expressed his disapproval of Jay-Z's decision to work with R. Kelly. He shared his disbelief, stating, "I just couldn't believe he did a project with R. Kelly knowing that he'd R my girl." Dash emphasized his stance by adding, "I was like, just don't put my name on that. I don't want no money from that. If it is, put it to Aaliyah Foundation." Highlighting the repeated collaboration, Dame Dash pointed out, like they did this shit twice, referring to Jay-Z and Kelly's second collaborative project.
Yeah, I think he's where he belongs. I mean, I know Aaliyah, so I know what he did.
Oh.
I can't be objective about that.
When asked whether he had ever confronted R. Kelly about his treatment of Aaliyah, Damon revealed that Aaliyah had personally asked him to leave it alone completely. He also confirmed that he and R. Kelly had appeared in the same music video, although Aaliyah had requested that they not engage in any confrontations or share scenes with the bump and grind singer.
So that's the thing that people would be like when Jay was doing videos with him, I was be in the video, but I'd be like, yo, what do you want me to do? And she's like, don't start nothing.
Damon Dash mentioned that he put forth his best effort in pursuing Aaliyah, only to later discover that Jay-Z had also shown interest in her. He expressed his initial frustration upon learning this, saying, "I wasn't aware that Jay was also interested." He mentioned that the situation became complicated as they were both vying for her attention. Eventually, they both encountered each other, and the outcome was a lengthy and complex story.
Aaliyah, dated her. What's her legacy?
Coolest girl in the whole world. Too good for this world.
The music executive went on to disclose that Jay-Z had become noticeably resentful once he discovered that Damon was pursuing Aaliyah. Damon explained that he had some feelings about it, but it was common knowledge. People tried to act like he was really involved with her. Although he was sending gifts and making romantic gestures, he was courting her, so they were both putting in a lot of effort, and we coincidentally found themselves in the same house on the 4th of July.
So we were both going hard. And we ended up in the same house, 4th of July. So for some reason, this day...
Wait a minute, you, Jay, and Aaliyah ended up in the same house?
Yeah.
It was a situation where Aaliyah's attention might sway toward him one moment and then toward me the next. Damon emphasized his consistency in his pursuit of the singer, saying, "But that particular week, I was on top of my game. Everything I said was witty, you know what I mean?" He recollected a specific incident, saying, "I remember coming downstairs, and Jay-Z had this. His friends were teasing him and making jokes. However, it seems like Jay-Z won the game, and he has reportedly also dated Aaliyah." This also caught fans' attention. One of them wrote, "When Aaliyah was interviewed back in 1997, she stated that she still admired R. Kelly. There were never any signs of trauma coming from her when asked about her alleged marriage with Robert." Additionally, from what Dame is saying, Aaliyah never said anything pertaining to what he believes R. Kelly did to Aaliyah. Right before she died, she was jamming to R. Kelly and Jay-Z's song, "Not Guilty," at her listening party. Another one added, "I wish she would have went with her gut and never got on that plane and wait for another flight. I legit loved her music and her dancing. When she died, I was so sad and like, no. Why her lord, why? Rip Aaliyah, she was such an amazing singer." One more person penned her emotions, as I'm surprised at all the comments stating R. Kelly was railroaded when there was an insurmountable amount of evidence against him. It's disappointing that individuals only started to speak up when the shit hit the fan. Imagine how many women and men could have been spared the trauma if R. Kelly was sat down a long time ago. And yet Jay-Z collaborated with R. Kelly, which also makes people think that what Kelly did to Aaliyah. Jay-Z was also involved. Aaliyah tragically passed away at the young age of 22 in 2001 due to a plane crash that occurred while she was leaving the Bahamas. At the time, she was in the midst of shooting the music video for Rock the Boat on the island. The crash, which took the lives of Aaliyah and 8 other passengers, was attributed to the aircraft being overloaded.
Out of the Bahamas tonight, authorities have confirmed that R&B singer and actress Aaliyah is among 8 people killed in a plane crash.
Anyways, the former backup singer for R. Kelly even attested to witnessing a then 27-year-old Kelly engaging in activity with the then 15-year-old Aaliyah on a tour bus. This revelation has rekindled the controversy and shed new light on the troubled dynamics within Rockefeller and between its co-founders, Damon Dash and Jay-Z. For an extended period, the prevailing narrative surrounding R. Kelly and Aaliyah took a different and deeply troubling shape. Instead of highlighting the nature of their relationship, it was often framed as a romantic love story.
What is the deal with you and R. Kelly? Are you all married or not? No, I'm not married. Robert's doing his thing, I'm doing my thing. He's a great producer, great artist, who I do admire.
Official records reveal that Aaliyah and Kelly were married in an unlawful ceremony in 1994 when Aaliyah was a mere 15 years old, while Kelly was 27. This controversial union was swiftly annulled, with both parties vehemently denying its existence.
There's nothing there at all.
However, in the aftermath of Aaliyah's tragic death in 2001, accounts from her friends, family, and former boyfriends began to surface, painting a grim picture of the alleged A she endured at the hands of R. Kelly. Damon Dash, who was in a relationship with Aaliyah at the time of her tragic passing, then shared in Surviving R. Kelly that Aaliyah was too emotionally scarred by her relationship with Kelly to confide in him fully. She could only reveal limited details. That dude was a bad man. However, one of Dash's most surprising revelations concerned a brief romantic involvement between Aaliyah and Jay-Z, as the rapper had reportedly made significant efforts to pursue her.
Talked about it up to the point where it hurt. And then she said, I don't want to talk about it.
Jay-Z has been in a happy marriage with the global superstar Beyonce since 2008. The couple shares 3 children, including the well-known Blue Ivy, and a set of twins named Sir and Rumi. In the aftermath of Aaliyah's tragic passing, the rapper has continued to create numerous records and collaborate with various production companies, significantly boosting his net worth beyond that of many in his industry.
Thank you very much. Thank all the producers and Dream for writing the song, Justin, and all the, typical things.
During a 2009 interview with Page Six, Damon Dash mentioned that everybody was trying to get to Aaliyah, but he admitted that he didn't pursue her as vigorously as Jay-Z did. Rumors circulated in 1999 about the rapper dating the actress from Queen of the Damned when they were 29 and 20 years old, respectively. However, Dash eventually won Aaliyah's affection, and any potential romance with Jay-Z never came to fruition. I did not know Jay was trying to holler at her, but then it just happened like that, the film producer said about unexpectedly falling for the one-in-a-million singer. He was trying, I was trying, everybody was trying. He was going hard. So from what several people went through due to Diddy and Jay-Z was all known to Mary J. Blige, and now seems like she herself is scared of her life. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.